BABYMONSTER is coming back, and people are already taking issue with the teaser. Might as well add the Sserafim to the list of teasers being criticized right now. Sojang out here apparently getting sued by more companies. Why some people are calling IU's music video ableist, and so much more in today's episode of Totally Legit K-pop News with me, Angelina. So if you're interested, please keep on watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and share this video with friends you don't have. You can also find resources as well as everything we are talking about linked below. My social media, my second channel, everything you could possibly think of. But for us, now we're gonna move on to the news. Let's get into it. These are pimple patches, by the way. I don't know why I'm getting so much neck-knee, but something's going on in this region and I don't know why. YG will never be able to release anything without people just coming for the company's throat. So previously we talked about how they announced that not only is AHYEON making her comeback, she is going to be returning to the group after much speculation about whether we would ever see her again, but also the group would have their first comeback with Stuck in the Middle, which is a pre-release single. YG released this text teaser, but more recently they have since released a group image teaser. Now, of course, AHYEON isn't there, but where is she? That is the biggest question that you're seeing across social media right now. That's what everybody's asking, especially since the news of her return. While it was announced that the group would be re-recording Batter Up and Stuck in the Middle to include AHYEON, YG did say that she would be returning to take, oh my god, I did it, where's the screen recording? AHYEON will be taking part in the group's upcoming comeback with their first mini album this spring. So it's pretty easy to misinterpret that as she's coming back for the next comeback. I mean, for their first mini album, what do we know? Like, if you just read it like their first mini album, I mean, I don't know what Stuck in the Middle is going to be inside of. I definitely understand people's confusion because I was confused at first too. I'm like, oh my god, like they could have at least photoshopped her into this picture. What is even rereading that statement, it says their upcoming comeback, so I'm even more confused now. Actually, I'm not gonna lie, I was confused too. So I was reading all these comments, like people saying like people have no media literacy, people don't know how to read. YG clearly, I don't know that it was that clear, but I definitely misunderstood that and thought she would be in the pre-release single because I read that they're re-recording the pre-release single to include her. You know, why mention that if she's not gonna be in the pre-release single to begin with? That's my train of thought, which makes me think maybe they just like actually didn't even record the mini album at all, because why wouldn't they say we're re-recording the mini album too then? Because you would assume they would have recorded the mini album, or in true YG fashion they're doing everything super last minute, but then again songs take so long. I really don't know, but that's the answer to everyone's burning question of where is she within this teaser photo. But I digress. Let's talk a little bit about this teaser picture because of course people are already criticizing it. Some people are actually pointing out that this looks a lot like aespa's Dreams Come True promotional picture, or that YG must have bought a specific font and is using it for everything since it looks a lot like Jennie's You and Me font as well. Interestingly enough though, this aespa picture, when Blackpink released Ready for Love, their promotional picture as well was also compared to aespa's Dreams Come True. So we now have a purple trifecta. But let's read some comments of what people are saying about this teaser picture. What's with their sense of aesthetics? Was AHYEON not able to take the photo? AHYEON is joining in April. Seems like they bought this font. It's similar to Jennie's solo song. This was a style that I've never seen YG done. Never? I don't know what kind of song they're going for since YG's the one doing this concept. Looks like aespa's Forever. aespa's Forever. Because I knew about Dreams Come True, but not like, I mean, it's definitely purple. No, but what's with the quality? Is the image for real? The quality though. But YG's teasers have always been like that. I think they rather got better. So on top of people noticing some similarities, it just seems that people aren't too happy with the quality of the picture, on top of some people not being happy with the concept change. Of course, they had a pre-debut song. I don't think that really counts. But then, of course, their debut with Batter Up. Definitely more a YG style of concept in and of itself. Though I personally would say is leaning more towards Teen Crush. And then suddenly what seems like a more elegant concept. BABYMONSTER concept for Stuck in the Middle immediately sparks backlash. I think they need to strengthen their design team as well as their production team. Is this a poster for a school play? Wow. The concept is shocking. YG seriously lost its touch. They don't do any market research and release something this tacky. Huh? What is this? It's pretty tacky, but I guess they can't function without Teddy. I think they really need Teddy. I mean, what is this? What's this? Of course, let me know what you think of this teaser image. My personal thought is that K-pop is changing, and by changing, I mean it's going back to its second gen roots. Not that second gen are the roots, you get what I mean, okay? K-pop is taking some tips and tricks from second gen, which was a generation that was very much everywhere with their concepts. You could have one comeback that was super cute, and the next comeback would be like girl crush or sexy. Entering third gen into fourth gen, you started to see groups be a lot more concrete in their own concepts. And it was quite popular to see a group stick to the same concept throughout the majority of their career. In fact, doing a concept change was often not viewed very well by the audience. But these days, with the amount of releases that idols are doing, you could have like 3 pre-releases and 18 title tracks. This inherently gives you so much opportunity to try different things, and why wouldn't you? So with this being a pre-release, and there's this inherent feeling of a pre-release not being title track worthy. It's not a title track. Why not try something new? Why not try something different? We all know Blackpink to be the group who popularized Girl Crush, but to their credit, they have tried different things in their career. If we think of Lovesick Girls, I think it goes off that Girl Crush trajectory. But if we think back to YG in second gen, I wouldn't say they were necessarily straying off the path too much. They were still very much known as a company with a specific look and sound, but they were a lot more experimental in the sense that they would do a ballad as a title track. So I'm definitely intrigued to see what kind of song this is going to be, though we should know better by now than to trust any teasers ahead of a release. Have we not been burned before? This Blackpink How You Like That concept teaser, not in the music video. These beautiful pink Venom outfits, also not in the music video. We've had this conversation so many times that it's such a shame that these concept teasers are teasing a concept that is not in any music video. Because you know what they're actually teasing? Betrayal. But it really wouldn't surprise me if we saw these teasers for Stuck in the Middle and it ends up being completely different. But I don't know, in this case I have a strong feeling it's going to be more or less the same. But let me know your predictions in the comments. Sserafim recently released their trailer for Good Bones, which features the members walking fiercely, falling downstairs, and so much more. Honestly, watching this, I was really taken aback by the lore, by the storytelling. They just looked so cool, and I loved the quirky nature of it. But as with all amazing life-changing things, this does not come without criticism. First of all, let's talk about the narration of this trailer, because some people thought that Taewon was referencing AHYEON's rigging controversy. Now, we do need to do a little bit of a history lesson for those who might not be fully aware of this whole situation. So essentially, Taewon and Sakura were both part of a reality TV show on Mnet called Produce 48. And from this survival show, they were essentially able to join the lineup of AHYEON. Now, there was a whole controversy about how the final lineup of AHYEON was actually rigged. So what does all this have to do with Sserafim's trailer? Well, let's take a look at it. Netizens allege that Sserafim's narration for Good Bones alludes to Taewon's Produce 48 rigging controversy. Here's a basic synopsis of the trailer. The trailer went with the long-standing themes of ambition, greed, hard work, and attitude. We have Taewon grabbing some goods from a dilapidated store. She bumps into Yoonjin. We then see Yoonjin strutting down the streets, drink in hand. She passes off the drink to Eunchae, who falls down the stairs. Kazuha arrives to tap in instead. She walks in a tulle skirt, a reference to her days as a ballerina. The half wing refers to the group's previous song Unforgiven, where she removed a wing herself, not wanting to be an angel any longer. Actually, within this scene, maybe I saw it wrong, but I thought it was really cool because it almost looked like she wanted to help Eunchae. I'll help you up. I am an angel of sorts. But it almost looked like as Eunchae was accepting the help, she swiped her hand away. That's kind of how I saw it, and I was like, oh, that's a really cool concept. Like an angel's supposed to help you, but no, screw that. But it seems she was tapping in. I'd have to watch, we should watch it again actually. She wakes Sakura up by kicking her bed. Sakura rises from the bed of flowers, possibly a reference to her stage name and her career as an idol in Japan. I'm curious how that represents her career as an idol in Japan. She bursts down a concrete wall, which causes her nose to bleed from the strain. Sakura licks off the blood in contempt. That was also a really cool scene because it's kind of gross, to be honest. So it's kind of refreshing to see a K-pop group do that, like licking the blood falling from your nose, and it's seen as a cool way. I don't know, I really loved this trailer, to be honest. But of course, the narration. So a netizen took to the coup to point out that it seemed like they were making a reference to Kim Taewon's rigging controversy with AHYEON. She received much criticism for the rigged opportunity. Despite that, she worked hard in her own right and earned recognition and popularity as part of the group. The narration during the scenes where Taewon appeared seemed to coincide with this. Are you upset that I seized another opportunity? Are you mad that I only get lucky all the time? Do you think the world is going easy only on us? Given the amount of hate she received, the quote seemed apt. Are you saying that lucky people deserve to get run down? So of course, given the fact that the trailer seems to point out more personal details of the girls' lives, you know, the tool for the fact that Kazuha was a ballerina before, the flowers for Sakura apparently being an idol in Japan. I don't know how that correlates, but I don't know. So if it does refer to more like personal aspect of their lives, what do you think Inche falling down the stairs means? Like her, how can I stretch this? Her falling into the idol life at such a young age, and that's what it felt like. I really don't know, but that was the first thing I saw about this trailer. The second thing, because we're not over yet, were the outfits. Now, I was personally blown away by Yoonjin's micro shorts, and I can guarantee you I was not the only one who was thinking, great heavens. Here's proof. Number one hot girl of Sserafim's, Yoonjin shows off her curves in sexy underwear look. Now, I don't know if it's necessarily an underwear look. I feel like the fashion community calls them micro shorts. What's the difference? We'll never know, but let's take a look. So here's the look in question, and I was really blown away because again, I felt like it was a little risque. I feel like we're used to a certain level of modesty within K-pop, which I feel like didn't exist in second gen, but you know, you get used to things. So when I saw this, I was, oh my god. But alas, like I mentioned, like everything good in life, there's always, you know, something to come and balance that out. And so not only is Yoonjin's outfit seemingly being criticized, but Chaewon's as well. Now I don't think Chaewon was wearing as short of micro shorts as Yoonjin, but it was still quite short. And so here we have it. Le Sserafim saw Yoonjin and Chaewon scrutinized over outfits in good bones. Why do they insist on showing their underwear? For Chaewon specifically, it just seems like quite short shorts. Here are some comments. You guys are doing too much. Why do they only dress women in panties? I understand the members need attitude to pull this style, but I don't think this particular style is very cool to begin with. I mean, why do they insist on showing their underwear? It's called underwear for a reason, lol. It's not to be shown outside. It's effing trashy. What's this? The teaser is super trashy, lol. It's pretty to my eyes, lol. The teaser is cool. What is this? This whole micro short thing really reminded me of this TikTok creator.
Let's style my most controversial item. Going chaotic core with these tights from the brand Tight. Boom! To cover how my ankles look weird in tights, mixing gold and silver. You're all gonna be like, those shorts still look like a diaper, but here's the whole fit and I love it.
That is what I love about fashion, is that the possibilities are endless and it's so incredibly subjective. So what I love could be something that you absolutely hate. And I love that people can express these opinions. I think it's totally fair to say you don't like an outfit. It's not your personal taste. You think it would look better this way. This is how you would style it. Like, that's the beauty of it all. For Yoonjin specifically, I loved the outfit. I feel like it was pushing boundaries. It was changing lives one booty cheek at a time. But some people might think it's ugly, and that's fair. Of course, I don't personally agree that it's trashy. But with all that said, I would have loved to know what you think of this outfit. I think people are just weirded out about micro shorts. Like Clara said, the TikTok creator, it's her most controversial item. But if we're really talking about modesty, I mean, she's wearing tights underneath. She has a long coat covering everything. But I don't know. Anyways, let me know what you think about that. IVE's Wonyoung and Starship recently started legal proceedings against the YouTuber Sojang, right? We talked about this in another video. This YouTuber was seemingly spreading lies, and so they got sued. But because of Wonyoung and Starship, it seems that now other companies might be joining suit. From what I understand, it seems that Sojang was based overseas despite being a Korean YouTuber, which that in and of itself would make suing them a little bit difficult, but also the fact that they really didn't know who this person was. So if you don't know who someone is, it's really hard to sue them, from what I understand. So the fact that they were based overseas paired with issues finding their identity made it very difficult for anyone to sue them. However, Wonyoung being the queen that she is really paved the way for everybody here. Jang Won-young's shot started a legal liability effect from BTS to ATEEZ, accelerated Sojang's legal punishment. In addition to Jang Won-young, Sojang has attacked numerous idol groups including BTS, NewJeans, TXT, Red Velvet, and ATEEZ. In response, BTS's agency, Big Hit Music, HYBE, and ATEEZ's agency, KQ Entertainment, sued Sojang for defamation and other charges, but the case has been stalled due to the difficulty of identifying her. So as we mentioned before, no one really knew who this person was. However, this time Starship has succeeded in directly naming Sojang, which is speeding up the police investigation according to officials. The police investigation, which has been dragging on for more than a year, has resumed with renewed vigor. Officials are hopeful that a concrete police report will be available soon. So let's see some comments about this. What is SM doing? Seriously. Big hit, let's get back to work soon. Big hit, let's do well. So Starship is even better at doing their job than HYBE. HYBE, SM, and JYP should all be suing her. There's no group she hasn't touched. I'm a fan of another group, but SM has to get to work. I hope that all those companies mentioned pressure her. What is JYP doing? JYP, yeah, never mind. Starship really did something big. You can tell which company actually does their work from those who don't. What is everyone doing? So, of course, lots of criticism towards JYP and SM Entertainment. Now, I will point out that it hasn't really been confirmed anywhere that Big Hit or KQ are actually newly suing Sojang, but this information comes from the fact that they've tried legal action against Sojang in the past. But now that Sojang has been identified, it is believed that they'll continue this legal action that they previously started. The future looks bleak for Sojang as more entertainment agencies file lawsuits. In the past, numerous entertainment labels sought to initiate legal actions against the operator of Sojang, but their efforts were thwarted by YouTube's privacy measures, preventing them from obtaining personal information about the individual behind Sojang. So it seems that in 2021, Big Hit Music, of course representing BTS, initiated a defamation lawsuit, and in 2022, KQ Entertainment, representing ATEEZ, did the same. But again, if you don't know someone's identity, how do you sue them? Nevertheless, Starship Entertainment successfully acquired vital information during the recent case involving Wonyoung from IVE. This was because Wonyoung was a minor at the time when the malicious videos were published by Sojang. That's interesting. So like I said, with Sojang's identity being revealed now, other entertainment agencies are said to resume their lawsuits as well. IU definitely can't catch a break with her pre-release single Love Wins All, as her music video is currently being called out for ableism. Now we'll get into what ableism is because I got a comment on my video, on my short about this, asking, ableism, The Weeknd? Not quite, but this actually comes after she changed the title of her song after queerbaiting allegations. Queerbaiting is the practice of implying non-heterosexual relationships to engage or attract an LGBTQ+ audience without explicitly depicting such relationships or interactions, only to take advantage and capitalize on the ambiguous possibility of LGBTQ+ representation. The original title of the song was supposed to be Love Wins, but her agency came forward and said that the single would be retitled as Love Wins All in order to respect and support everyone who loves in various ways. We accept the opinions of those who express concern that precious messages might be blurred due to the title. If there's one single thing that is exactly the opposite to the message of the song, would be the word hatred. We deeply hope that the original message of the song is delivered without leaving any scars on anyone, as love wins all in the world with no hatred. The slogan Love Wins was widely used in 2015 following a landmark decision by the US Supreme Court, which ruled that the fundamental right to marry is guaranteed to same-sex couples. But let's get into the music video allegations by actually looking into this music video. So it starts off with a couple running away from a cube, and this cube is apparently named Nemo according to the director. According to him, the square symbolizes discrimination against the main characters and can also be seen as representing various forms of discrimination and oppression prevalent in our daily lives. They then encounter Suga's clothing mountain from Spring Day. Does anyone remember that? I'm not claiming there's an actual connection, it just made me think of that anyways. But they end up entering an abandoned mall where they find a camcorder. Now, of course, we're presuming this is a post-apocalyptic world. They're dirty and full of cuts and bruises as they've been running away from this mysterious cube. But through this camcorder, they're seeing this idealized version of themselves. They are clean, they are safe, which according to the director, the lens of the camcorder means the filter of love. It can also be seen as an important device to see the beautiful things of the world beyond the inner or outer appearance of the characters. Through this lens, we get to see them eating food that isn't actually there. We see a bustling restaurant. We even get to see a wedding ceremony of sorts. This is, of course, meant to be a clear contrast to their desolate situation. But as they're celebrating this wedding, the cube ends up finding them. And we can only infer the details of their demise as their bodies disappear and their clothing joins the rest of the pile. So it seems that within this music video, IU is supposed to be deaf while V is supposed to be blind. V's one eye is cloudy, and at the end of the music video, she shields only one of his eyes, so we assume that he can't see out of the other one. So some people are calling out the representation of disabilities, and specifically the camcorder scene, as it seems to erase their disabilities. I forgot to show what ableism actually is. It's a discrimination and social prejudice against people with physical or mental disabilities. Now, some of you were accusing me of inventing not ableism, Jesus, but inventing that some people were bringing up the issue of ableism. Number one, why would I do that? Number two, you're about to see. Was IU V's Love Wins All belittling disabled people? Some netizens expressed the opinion that they were uncomfortable with the fact that the images of IU, who is deaf, and BTS's V, who lost his sight, depicted people with disabilities, and that it was based on the poor imagination of a disabled couple, idealizing and yearning for the love of a non-disabled couple. In addition, since disability is not something to be overcome, it was pointed out that making disability the subject itself was an objectification and romanticization of the disabled. The ending was also criticized for a lack of deep thinking in that it was not IU and V who had entered a happy world without hatred and discrimination, but rather their disabilities had disappeared. On the other hand, there are strong opinions that the music video should be viewed as another topic other than focusing on disabilities. It can be viewed from various perspectives, such as zombies, viruses, and the loss of function in dystopia, but limiting it to a disability is itself a prejudice. In fact, if you look at the lyrics of Love Wins All, it's just a story about general love, and there's no hint or mention of disability. Fans are also reacting with, "What a disappointment" to IU, setting an example of the fact that the original title Love Wins was changed to Love Wins All due to criticism that it was a word exclusive to minorities. So here are some comments on this post. I feel like this was an inevitable issue that could have been created. It's true that if you use disabled people as a subject, you open yourself for criticism over it. Do you think it makes any sense to use them as a subject and not want to hear any criticism? Me too. I thought about something similar to the article's point of view. Of course, people are allowed to think about it, but I think it's too far to call it belittling disabled people. I don't understand why people understood it as them trying to portray IU and V trying to overcome disability. Rather, I thought it was smart that they were putting it as a contrast to a non-disabled life. I want to hear people who think that this is forced hate, but it seems like people can't even come up with a reason here. I seriously don't get this. This is such forced hate. I feel like people are valid for thinking that, though. I don't think that this is hate towards the disabled, but I feel like people are valid for thinking that this is problematic too. I don't think it's hate towards disabled people, but I do think they treated the subject way too naively. So there's definitely been a lot of conversation about this. There was even seemingly a HYBE stylist who spoke out about this. Captions and some statements have been retracted, but essentially this HYBE stylist wrote a caption in one of her posts: "I don't want to be distorted as a straight and non-disabled person with normalcy through the camera. I'm satisfied with myself. Hashtag love wins. Hashtag love wins all." And it was a picture of her holding a camera. She has changed the captions and seemingly retracted some of those statements. But here's more of what she had said. "The reason why I mentioned this is that the song was initially titled Love Wins. Korean queers who thought queer slogan had been stolen were furious. There is still a controversy after the title of the song was changed and the music video was released. The two main characters, IU and V, in the music video appear as blind and deaf people who are chased by discrimination and oppression. Different situation from reality shows through camcorder. It means love filter, the director says, and the two appear to be happier without disability in this." I mean, a music video featuring two rich, non-disabled world stars known as cisgender hetero uses disabilities, minorities as props to say about overcoming, ending up with a very normal ending of wearing a wedding dress and tuxedo. What needs to be overcome is the world, not disability or minorities. Stop the shallow compassion in using minorities as inspirational material. Hashtag love wins. Hashtag love wins all. She has since posted a story saying, "It's wrong to assume someone's sexuality. I admit it and apologize." People, however, are still demanding that she apologize to V and IU. But I did make a short about this, so let's see what you guys had to say. I think it's just showing them as what they want to be, a happy couple. The song was amazing either way, and I can't wait for the title. People these days just want to find anything they could hate on. The music video is so emotional. I can't believe such a masterpiece can get hate. The disabilities were never the issue. It was them being stuck in that place where they lived in constant fear. here. We don't even know the backstory of how V lost his eye. For all we know, it could have been due to the harsh environment and trying to survive. They loved each other regardless of their disabilities. I saw it more of as they saw each other through the lens of where everything was normal, no worries or fear. I've definitely seen a lot of people say this, that it was likely due to the cube that they acquired these disabilities to begin with, and so the lens of love through the camcorder would just show their life pre-apocalypse. I think it shows a more idealized version of themselves and their situation. As someone with a disability, I romanticize the idea of normalcy, how much happier I'd be. I assume it's kind of like that. They're in a situation of running for their lives, sorta. So it'd be normal to wish, hey, I want things to be normal and happy. I haven't watched the video, but perhaps this cube somehow was the one to injure them and cause their disabilities. Just another reason to feel that way. Listen, I found the music video to be beautiful. Loved Tae and IU together in this. Chemistry was out of this world. I didn't even know IU was deaf and Tae was blind. That just adds more uniqueness to this already great song and music video. I wish people would just listen and see things without having to microanalyze everything. Takes the fun out of it. They assume that everybody deaf or partly blind is born that way. They are shown a life that could have been had the apocalypse event never happened. The music video is beautiful, and I think people are causing problems where there isn't none, like people do nowadays since they have no life. People should just enjoy the music video and watch it as is. Great singing, great acting, amazing music video. As someone who is disabled, this is beautiful, and I can't even believe people are offended by this music video. So of course, I would love to know what you think about this in the comments below. Let's move on to Kpop Shenanigans, which are basically fun little things that have happened in K-pop recently and or quick news. We have HYBE, who is the first Korean entertainment agency with an in-house healthcare center. Wow. You know, I often think about how I work for YouTube and how there are no benefits, nothing. If I lost my, how do you lose your job at, getting demonetized? That happened before. If any of that happened, I really don't think there's anything for me to fall back on. Like, can I even apply for unemployment? Like, there's no benefits, nothing. And I think about that constantly, and I'm like, what am I doing with my life? Seriously. And then you have companies like HYBE who have an in-house healthcare center. And they probably have benefits and stuff too. They probably get dental care and shit. I'm here I went to the dentist. This is so TMI. I went to the dentist yesterday because I'm inquiring about stuff, and they're like, oh yeah, so an exam is $380. What? $380 just so you can look at my teeth? They're not even gonna clean them or anything. I hate it here. Well, I'm really happy for HYBE artists though. In addition to employing an in-house doctor and an additional nurse, HYBE set up a designated area for diagnosis and treatment. My God, it's a literally full-fledged healthcare center. Recovery room, physical therapy, thermotherapy. That's really great. I think so. Oh my God, just never leave HYBE and then you'll never have any scandals. Because remember when Stray Kids went to a dermatology clinic and someone took a picture of them? It's a huge invasion of privacy. I guess that kind of fixes it, doesn't it? Young Posse have revealed their fandom name, which is Teleposse. Okay. ITZY have announced a world tour, and by world tour, it's really not that bad. They have one stop in Canada, which apparently has a 5,000 capacity of people, and people are already good luck, my goodness. So of course they're going to start in Seoul at the Chamsil Indoor Stadium, but then we have, look at this whole list: Seoul, Bangkok, Auckland, Sydney, Melbourne, Singapore, Mexico City, Santiago, London, Paris, Berlin, Amsterdam, Madrid, Tokyo, Seattle, Oakland, Los Angeles, Sugarland. What is Sugarland? Irving, Atlanta, Fairfax, Newark, Chicago, Toronto, Taipei, Manila, and Hong Kong. We shouldn't complain about the one Canadian stop because Canada sometimes doesn't get a stop at all. But I've definitely seen a lot of Canadians on TikTok showing the venue, how small it is. So it's gonna be interesting. I'm really curious as to why, because ATEEZ came here and their venue was pretty big. Oh my God, am I comparing right now? I just mean that I feel like ITZY could fill it up, you know what I mean? Ooh, our K-pop song of the day. What is it? Our K-pop song of the day is Wife by G-Idol. I just think it's so catchy. Someone said the only crime of the song is being too short. I agree. It's 2 minutes. So by the time you're getting into the Coco Loco cream soup, it's already over. But I really do enjoy it. How am I streaming it? I have YouTube Premium. You can stream anything, so I'm streaming the music video. Want me a wife, but she is. I was in the car with my mom. She turned it up, and she's like, "Oh, look, cream soup." She pointed out the cream soup. I'm like, "Yeah, cream soup." Usually the only interaction my mom and my music gets is to turn it down when she doesn't like it. This is really bad, change it. Which I personally won't be revealing which songs for her own protection. But she actually turned this one up, so I think she likes it. It's just such a fun, simple song, super easily enjoyable, and of course, very catchy. It kind of reminds me of My Bag a little. I already made a short about how it reminds me of Fergalicious, but it like, dun dun dun, that's in my bag. Dun, dun. Do you know what I mean? Do you hear it a little bit? Okay, I'll show you what's in my bag. I don't know the song that well, to be fair, but anyways, that's our K-pop song of the day. And with that said, let's get into some TikToks. I have some things to show you today. I cook cream soup. This is Coco Loco. So I have a couple of TikToks that I want to share with you guys today. Of course, every single user as well as the TikTok itself will be linked below if you would like to go check it out. Now, I just have a couple. I'm finding it really hard to find K-pop TikToks that are funny that I can comment on. Somebody said, why don't you share your social media? All my social media is linked below. Really, it's just on TikTok, because if we go on Instagram and everything, you can't really download Reels or whatever. Really, TikTok, you can tag me for sure in anything that you want, and I might react to it. So this, okay, I know you guys might be annoyed by all my Sister 19 content, but this, oh my god, the crossover we didn't know we needed. Oh my god, can you imagine Hyorin featured on, I was gonna say 7. It was 7. It was literally 7. She has such a powerful voice, but she can really make it sweet, of course. And can you just imagine their sweet voices together? A dream. This is just so funny. Like, oh, okay, help. Why have I never seen this clip of Sun before now? Just like the face shot, and then wait for it, okay? It's just like, I've seen the clip before on its own, and it's hilarious. Just his reaction to that stuff. But just like the face shot of this creator and then the clip, it was just like the perfect I want to say synopsis, sequence, the perfect sequence of events. I've been following this creator since forever, and this is so funny because there's a TikTok for every K-pop scan. This has nothing to do with K-pop, but in my head, I'm like, this is literally can be related to a TikTok scandal happening right now. This is literally people getting mad at G-Idol for explicit lyrics. This is my view of it.
Québec ici, on parle le bon français, pas la merde comme ça. Moi, je suis ton fucking langage. J'ai des enfants qui vivent ici qui ont entendu ce qu'ils ont dit. Ils ont tout entendu ça. Et moi, j'appelle la fucking police. Parce que toi, t'es pas correct. Viens ici.
Oh my god! This is so... Any Sami Laundry TikTok can be applied to a K-pop situation. It's just so beautiful. Do I need to translate the TikTok for you, or did you understand it with your heart? Basically, the person trips and swears, and then Sami comes and is like, hey, you know, we're in Quebec and we speak good French here. Not shit like that. Watch your effing language. There's kids who live here and they heard what you said. They heard that, and I'm calling the effing police. Cause you're not okay. That literally made my day, and I've seen it before. It made my day. This first tweet, I know it's a TikTok. Oh, so the girl turned into a basketball. I don't know. Help. Ribos are so funny. I've been an AT stan for the majority of their career. Like, I missed a year of their career. That's it, okay? Don't fault me for it. But I've never heard the term Ribos. And I'm a Joel stan to my core. Because I've been hearing, like, individual members' fandom names. I'm like, when did that become a thing? Jungkook recently released a music video for his solo song, and like, of course it features a girl, a love interest, and some people are being really funny about it. The tweet featured in this, what's there to laugh about? If he was so funny, he should have become a comedian. Oh my god, poor Jungkook. I'll be honest, I haven't seen the music video because I haven't seen Yuno and Mingi's music video either. I'm waiting to like record a Patreon and channel member video for it, but oh my god, this.
And now I want to sit back and relax and enjoy my evening. When all of a sudden I hear this agitating, grating voice.
It's always Wooyoung. It's always Wooyoung. People coming after Stray Kids vocals, and this is literally our rap line. I wanted to share this because Changbin literally sounds like Taeyang. Like, literally sounds like him. Does he not? Does he not literally sound like Taeyang in here? This is not the first time I've seen this, but it feels like the first time I'm reacting to this. I'm like, wow, he has a nice voice. And it happens to be one of my favorite songs, Tomorrow by Tableau featuring Taeyang. Clear footage of how quick I'd be switching groups during comebacks.
Everybody kind of just knew their role. Everybody kind of just, we were a team, you know, and it was all about playing the role the way you're supposed to.
Oh my god.
Kevin being the funny guy, the important thing was to really try and set him up as much as possible, but stay within the confines of your character and enjoy ourselves. Yeah, I think you're right. I think there's pressure to a certain level of your
Oh my god. What's the context for this?
You ask me a question. Sure.
I think there's many edges about this.
Oh my god.
I don't think we have an edge in the battle of sexes. I think women are the superior creature. I think women are so much smarter than us. The female brain is bigger than our brain, and so I don't think there's any way we can possibly. I just feel like, oh my god. Turn camera over.
Jerry, what do you think made Steve Harvey's concept for
Not Stray Kids. I didn't see him.
Can you repeat the question? I didn't hear you. What do you think made Steve Harvey's?
Oh my god. Literally me changing my bias 18 times a day. Okay, so that is basically it for today's video. Thank you so much for joining me. Don't forget to like, comment, and share this video with friends you don't have. As for my channel members, these are my channel members and patrons. Thank you so much for supporting this channel on a monthly basis. I do think I'm going to be making a change to my tiers because I have a tier where you can see some videos early, and it was usually for podcast episodes or end of month reviews. And so I think I'm unfortunately going to have to change that tier. I don't know what else to offer instead of that. So if you have any suggestions, as for me, I'm going to get going. So I'll see you guys next time. Bye.